back for more videos. So some single sticks up today, and this is attacking in combinations. So different ways to attack, and an obvious and rich source of rich vein of gold you can tap into, if you like, is attacking in combinations. And I often talk about children doing karate. I've not got any problem with children doing karate, but the way it's typically kind of just one-up attacks, like this kind of thing, or like that's it. And significantly, a few significant steps further down the line, you get people attacking in combinations. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. You know, they have this combination worked out, and they can do it. And this prevents people just having simple counter, block, counter. All right. And so we want to look at the same sort of thing in Eskrima. So here, if I have my stick, as I said before, if I just walk in like this, you as the defender can just block and come straight back. Boom, boom, boom. You know, and most people train much more in countering than they do in attacking. So if I just walk in like this, you're going to counter me, and then I'm on the back foot and having to what I'd call reverse it all, which is harder than just holding my ground, block, counter, yeah, block, thing we did yesterday. Okay, so you see I've got, I don't know if it's that, yeah, there's a rope lying on the floor here, just to show lines. So what I look at is if I walk straight in like this, I am probably going to be countered. So what I'll do instead is come off the line and back in again. So if I start from here and I'm on the outer range where my opponent cannot hit me, all I'm going to do is step that way, hit a forehand against his stick, and then hit a backhand to his head. Okay, so I go straight there to his stick and there to his head. Now you see at this point, as I look at it, to the left of where I started. I started the other side of the rope. Okay, so I'm here. In my fighting stance, step out, hit, hit. Okay, now the effect it has on my opponent, who's maybe standing in a similar sort of stance, is it knocks his stick over, and my stick is now here and comes straight back inside. Okay, so find yourself a line. As you can see, I've got this rope, and practice 1, 2. Okay, so I'm in a right lead, right stick, I'm standing like this, so there's no target, I'm not standing here, I'm not doing this, just here like this, and I step 1, 2, again facing the front, so you see, step forward, 1, 2, and you can see it's like 2 sets of railway tracks. They were there, and I've moved to the next set, so I go past my opponent, not straight into him. Okay, and most people are not thinking about my stick being knocked out of the way. They're thinking about their body, maybe their arms and legs as well, their head obviously. So from here, 1, 2, okay, and then whatever, bam, 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 bam. Okay, moving your feet. So from here, 1, 2. Okay, and so that my opponent is kind of having to readjust to where I am. All right. Second attack we do, and this is really simple. Again, boxing. Boxers move around doing this, so we can as well. All right. So all I'm going to do is come 1, 2, 3, and look at it like this. When UFC fighters come out, they typically do this to each other and then walk across and tap gloves. And for the real strikers amongst them, this is a good way of measuring range. Okay, so what we can do here is do a few lazy jabs like this. I'm not even calling this Wittick, because to my own Wittick is sharp, out and back. Now this is just a lazy jab like this. But the third or the fourth is going to be a real fluid striker lob tick. I'm going to take their head off with the fourth. So it's like this. 1, 2, 3. And you see on the fourth one on the third one, sorry, I came in. So again, 1, just moving around, 1, 2, 3. And people will watch the stick, not me. Okay? So as I'm doing this, my opponent's focus is here, not here. And so as I'm doing this, 1, 2, 3, and come in with that. Okay? If I do it with the rope, you see I'm behind the rope and then I cross it. So 1, 2, 3. I'm right over here. I've come forward a metre or so. Yeah? So I'm closing. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now obviously you can work this on a tyre. And I'll just turn my camera around, hopefully that will fit in there. Just like that. So I can be out here. Let me change the camera again. So I can be out here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, see look, I'm out of range. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's put that there. Just see everything. In fact, move it over there. Better still, longer range. Right. So look, from here, look, cannot hit the tyre. Yeah? 1, 2, 3. See? Not in. 1, 2, 3. When I'm doing the tyre, I'm picking a target every time. I'm not just waving it at the tyre. I'm making sure I make contact. So if the tyre's spinning away from me, I'm hitting there. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Previous one, if I really want to do it, it's a bit awkward, but from here, from 1, 2. Yeah? So it's out here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay? Don't go to the tyre. Don't go to the tyre until you've worked out the footwork. So remember the first one, I step off to my left and then back in, but not quite as far. So if I use this stick, I start here, step off to my left and back there. Second one is jab, jab, move in and hit. Okay? Really, really worthwhile spending some time on this, getting them, because then you have means of moving in on someone. I'm guessing most of the time people haven't got a problem with people moving in on them, but if you want to get in there and fight somebody, you need to be able to attack in good ways. And you see some of the videos I've had here have been, like the picking is an obvious example. Ways of moving in rather than just sort of wading forward, bravely hoping for the best. Okay? So, look at your footwork, have that V-line. Dog brothers would call this a snaggle tooth, as in one of these, a canine tooth. It moves you that way, okay? And then the jab, jab, boom, in. Really, really great combinations to work with, okay? So, go for that. And tomorrow I will come back, as promised, with some videos for beginners. You know, people are not quite so sure what they're doing, okay? So, until then, have a good afternoon.